Probably unmute the mic, it works better, huh? But anyway, how's it going? Today I'm gonna, before I do the 2 episodes, I'm going to do, this is Sawyer7Mage, a great YouTuber. This is what I've been watching. He's always like the guy I go to for reviews. Oh, my bad. The guy I go for reviews, I did it with Naruto, and all that. Like, this is the guy I always went to. So I'm gonna, he has a video about, Netero versus the King, Meruem. And a lot of you guys were saying I missed a bunch of, like, what he was saying. So before I rewatch it, I'm actually going to, let me mute Discord, sorry. I'm actually going to watch his review about it, and that'll really help me understand it. I've seen a bunch of his videos. He's very smart, very knows exactly what he's talking about. But with all that being said, I'm going to jump in, and I'm sure you guys will agree with what he's saying. It's basically like you guys talking to me, I'm sure. But let's get at it.
I'm here today
Damn, I don't have a water.
to review a symphony.
Say?
A symphony in which different instruments came together and just began playing in harmony with each other, so much so that they created a masterpiece. The visual aspect of this episode is a very important aspect because it is amazing.
He's the reason I watched
That
Hunter
being
x Hunter.
said, the fighting and the visuals is not what makes this episode a masterpiece. What makes this episode so good is its architecture. By the way, I could not be happier about the announcement that the manga is coming back in June. Because Togashi is able to do this thing where he balances out all these different elements of storytelling, so much so that he doesn't let one element overshadow any of the other ones. Like in this fight, right? You saw the physical aspect of the fight, you saw the ideological aspect of the fight, you saw the mental aspect of the fight, you saw the strategy part of the fight, which is a derivative of the mental part. They all come together, you know, to form this whole...
Okay, yeah, see, there's a lot of stuff going on. What I focused on mainly, like, what I saw, so, I mean...
holy grail of an episode. And I'll give you an example. Netero lost an arm and a leg, right? And yes, you can say, oh, I mean, it's epic that he lost an arm and a leg, but I think what makes the scene even more amazing is that psychologically, Netero needed to be in a state of mind in which he understood that losing some of his limbs was going to be an outcome of the fight, a natural consequence of the fight, even before getting into the fight. Not only that, but he chose the area in which they would fight, so that if worse came to worse,
he could blow himself up.
He would pierce his heart, stop his heartbeat, and you would get an A-bomb. And you could even view the fight as this type of debate, if you will. Each side has their own argument, their own position on how the world should be governed and how it should function. The king says, I am the ruler of this world. I will try to do my best to try and remove any type of inequality that exists. Netero says, no, fuck that. You know, that'll just lead to oppression and tyranny, and we can't have that. And that's really what each of them is fighting for.
Yeah,
and
okay.
The admiration that the king says or is said to have for Netero is one thing, but how many people actually acknowledge, like when they're fighting, when they're going fisticuffs, how many people actually have the balls to verbally say, this is a magnificent attack. You, as of right now, you have my respect. How many fights have we seen in which people just don't say that shit? Because they're arrogant and they just want to win. And so much is Meruem's respect, right? That he says, after this fight, don't worry, like, we'll keep the humans quarantined. And we'll be very selective of those that we choose to actually, you know, benefit our species. There's also a practical reason for that, and that's the fact that the king knows that in consuming human beings to make more chimera ants, the ego of the human is so big that it has disrupted the relationship amongst the ants. That's why we have ants like
that are traitors.
and Meliorono, or the chameleon guy, and even Wolfing to a certain extent, who question what they're doing and their allegiance towards the ants. But that's because of the human aspect.
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
Because humanity is such a complex thing that it allows us to question our allegiance and our association with people that are giving orders or instructions. The fact that the queen chose the humans for their nutritious value and you know the power of Nen that they had, we can already begin to see that backfiring on the ants themselves. In regards to foreshadowing, we got two major things. Well, obviously the tomb was foreshadowing for the bomb, but Netero's zero hand, you know, that was foreshadowed when Killua was running through the forest and he felt this aura there and he was like, I'm getting the fuck away from that. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm going in
Yeah,
the
I
opposite
remember
direction.
that.
So that we had that, but then also the way that the king was attempting to find a new move or to push Netero to use a new move was foreshadowed thanks to the shogi board throughout, like, you know, the very beginning.
Yeah, because
of his character development and his character interaction with Komugi. Keep on attacking and getting attacked by these Buddha hands.
Yeah, so he could catch him
try
slipping.
to identify the bias, this natural bias that we all have as humans, which, by the way, it'll show itself subconsciously. So there's no way that Netero can actually train himself to not show the pattern or the bias. Eventually, he'll find it. Well, the king found it pretty fucking fast. Because this fight takes place within a minute. The final quote from Netero
Did it?
is well, he has two very good lines. If there's a hell, I'll probably see you there. I'll see you in hell, whatever.
I remember that one.
The other one is, you understand nothing of humanity's infinite potential for evolution. Now, people told me that was a mistranslation, that in the manga, and I actually saw the manga panel, it said, you know nothing about the infinite potential for human malice. So I was really
someone
glad I was
commented
able to
that.
read both quotes, just because, well, first of all, it's amazing how just changing one word in a sentence gives you like a totally different meaning, right? But first of all, I really like the fact that both, if you think about it, both apply in this given circumstance. In this context,
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
you
pretty
can
much
use both malice and
it's pretty
evolution,
similar.
and they work perfectly. Why? Because the attack is totally a reference to the atomic bomb. The atomic bomb, when it was invented and used, was a technological advancement that had never been seen before, ever. So in that sense, you could take the evolution aspect of it, in that this is some type of progress.
Yeah.
However, the flip side of that is the amount of harm and damage and destruction that this type of evolution caused. It just depends on the way that you want to spin the scene. You know, if you want to end the episode on a hopeful note, you can put evolution. If you want it to end on a darker note, then
You
malice
put
makes
malice.
perfect sense, because there is corruption within human nature that tends to fuck other people over. And so Netero went out, but not before giving the king the finger. Now, I'm not so sure if the king is dead. I don't want to make any assumptions on that, but judging on the preview, especially from the reactions of the royal guard, especially Poofs. I mean, Poofs looks like he's turning into a fly. Either way, it's still a bad situation for Gon and Killua. Because if the king is dead, then the only reason why Neferpitou was healing Komugi was because of the king. But if he's dead, then she can just say, fuck it. And if the king is not dead, well, then you got a king on your ass. Thank you so much for watching. Comment,
Exactly.
like the video if you did. Subscribe. Bye.
I definitely recommend this guy. See, this is, you guys could probably understand. I don't know if exactly if he hit every point. Obviously, he didn't watch the next episode before he made this video. He does have live reactions of Gon vs. Pitou, which I just saw. But yeah, okay. So he just covered a bunch of stuff that it seems like I missed. 100%. Yeah. I'm very happy I watched this. This is why I watched this guy. I hope you guys like enjoyed what he said too. I hope he didn't miss a few things that would kind of annoy you guys. But I know I said I was going to rewatch the fight, but I feel like it'd be, of course I'm going to rewatch the fight. I don't know if I'm going to react to it again, but I figured I could do something like this because he would break down all the things for me. I saw something else that when the chairman was looking darker and his eyes were black and all that, he looked kind of more like the alien than the king did, you know, right? That was probably meant to be there as that actually the king was more human, or more like, I guess I wouldn't say human, but Netero looked like the alien kind of. I don't know. It was something. I'd have to reread it. I don't want to sound stupid, but I hope that I'd like you guys to comment and tell me if this guy, if like he covered like about everything in the fight. Then I could look for another video if he does. But this is my go-to guy. I hope you guys definitely subscribe to him for any type of stuff, reviews. He's doing One Piece, Naruto, Hunter x Hunter. Very good. He knows what he's talking about. At least I think, with my knowledge. And he just enlightened me on a few things that like the atomic bomb and all that. Like I knew that it wasn't a bomb, but I didn't really think further into it and about the malice and evolution. Like I didn't read the manga. Manga. You guys all know that, right? I didn't read any type of manga for this. I never really do. I'm more of like an anime type guy personally. But yeah, this definitely opened my eyes to a few things, and I'd hope that if you missed anything, could you guys comment? And then I'm gonna probably rewatch the fight and then think about it with all these thoughts in my head. You know what I mean? With all that he said, and I can think about it more for myself. So I just wanted to do this before I watched the episodes today, and yeah, he did a P2 versus Gon reaction or review as well. I might do that one if there's some hidden deeper meanings to that as well. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna go watch the episodes now. Peace.